Hello everyone, welcome to our second AI DevTalk webinar, Accelerate AI Developments with Unlimited Coding Agents on FPT AI Factory. This is Tim from FPT AI Factory. Nice to meet you all today, and I hope everyone's okay. Today we're going to talk about how AI can help developers to build faster and more easily. We'll show you how FPT AI Factory can provide the computing power and platform to run these AI agents with the help of NVIDIA-powered GPU instances. After that, we move to the most important part, a live demo. We'll be going through a complete coding workflow with unlimited coding agents on our platform. Our goal today is so simple. After this webinar, you might know a place to use your tokens for coding instead of working for Claude or GPT subscription to cooldown. The place is FPT AI Factory, a lifesaver while you are in search of tokens. So let's go. Let's take a look at the agenda today. There are 5 main parts. We begin with understanding why open models are becoming more popular and why more developers are using them for their projects. The first is the rise of open LLM applications. And then we move to the section of vibe coding with open LLMs. This means using AI agents to build software faster, to write code and fix bugs and generate documentation. After that, the third part, we'll talk about the token economy of AI native development. Simply, when we use coding agents more often, it will take much more tokens. So we need to understand how to manage cost, speed, and performance. Next one, we'll introduce how to accelerate secure enterprise AI with GPU virtual machine. This is where FPT AI Factory can help teams to run AI workloads with strong computing power and more control. Finally, we can have the Q&A session. You ready? Let's go for the first part. Take a look at the role of open source LLMs in software development nowadays. Popular models like Qn, Llama, Gemma, and Claude are already good enough for coding tasks. You don't have to use Claude, Opus, or Claude Fables like always all the time, right? Community models can help us to build simple but important daily work, such as writing or completing code and features, finding bugs, reviewing code, and generating even test cases or commits. So recently, we have received many requests from tech companies about a private coding plan. They are not satisfied with Claude or Codex pricing and availability. We see that many teams are moving to hybrid solutions. I see this as a smart way of using tokens. Just like the way you choose your food for the meal, right? Now you don't have to eat in a 5-star dining like consistently. It's better if we build a smart diet based on your health and based on our wallet. So sometimes self-cooking or just McDonald's is enough, right? So with open LLMs, companies can run models with their privacy and security. This is to protect the source code, internal documents, and sensitive data, especially for companies in banking or insurance or healthcare. Another benefit is about customization. Each company has its own code bases, APIs, frameworks, and coding styles. Open models can be adapted to understand these internal rules better. One more thing, when the usage becomes very large, cost management gets even more important because token usage can be burned really fast. Using the open models can help to reduce inference cost at scale. So at the end, I want you to take this away. Open LLMs are no longer only for experiments. They've become practical, become foundation for smart, secure, and cost-efficient AI development. And now, open LLMs have changed our workflows completely. Before, developers used AI to ask questions, write small code snippets, to use autocomplete functions, and find explanations for errors. But now, these agents can read the repository, can understand the code base, can edit files, modify the code, can run tests and debugs, and iterate autonomously again and again. A coding agent does not call the model only one time. It has many loops, it calls, it spawns the sub-agents, and it calls the model many times until the task is finished. So the agents create a very large number of inference calls. That means token cost and latency can increase very quickly. If many companies use only closed source APIs for everything, it can become expensive and very hard to control. So instead, they can reduce cost and keep the source code to be private and dive deeply into model customization with alternate code models that enable self-hosted or private inference. So to sum up, coding agents are transitioning from autocomplete into real-world development assistants. We become the reviewer, as many of these tools support custom from OpenAI compatible APIs. Companies can connect them into their own self-hosted models or private inference endpoints. That is why open source LLMs and private inference are becoming very important for enterprise developers. So with vibe coding, in this case, token consumption is so important right now. When developers use coding agents every day, the number of model calls grows very quickly. So for example, one simple coding task can create hundreds of LLM interactions. There are generally 4 challenges for the teams. The first one is token explosion, meaning that this usage grows very fast. The second one is growing context windows. Modern agents need to process entire repositories, documentations, and historical context. Thirdly, rising inference cost. As usage scales across teams and projects, token consumption and API spending grow rapidly. And the last one, infrastructure constraints. It's all about rate limits and latency and privacy requirements. Everything can slow down AI adoption in production. To overcome these challenges, technically there are solutions for token optimization. For example, this one blueprint by NVIDIA can be the start for an enterprise-level solution, LLM Router. You can check it out officially on NVIDIA Blueprint's GitHub. This approach uses a small LLM to do intent and complexity classification. The concept is so simple. It routes the image request to the vision model, the complex coding task to a strong reasoning model, and some random chit-chat request to a small conversational model. So as a result, the LLM tokens are burned efficiently over suitable choices of model. And right now, I will show you the demo of how it works. Okay, so I have prepared a small demo for you. You can see on my screen. This is LLM router. It includes two parts. The first one is the LLM router, which points the request to the second part. So the second part is about an output model, the ones that is chosen to generate the final answer. So I can type in this one. So this one is just a random chit chat. Let's see which one it would point to. So as you can see, the router pointed to QN, which is a small one. So let's go for another complex task. For auto testing. So as you can see, this one is routed to GLM 5.1, which is a strong reasoning model. There are still many limits of this demo. For example, the intent and complexity level is not always true. The small LLM that I chose in this demo, about 3B parameters, the accuracy is not always good enough. So there are many more approaches, like for example, use a combination of deep learning models like LSTM or BERT. Many approaches, many others that you can definitely try. Okay, so that is about the first approach. It's about a technical approach. The second solution would be just upgrading your instances and upgrade your infrastructure. Recently, we introduced NVIDIA B300, built for the age of AI reasoning and large-scale AI with enhanced compute and increased memory, featuring 7x more AI compute than the Hopper platform, with large memory and high-performance networking integration. The B300 delivers breakthrough performance on the most complex workloads of overtraining agentic systems and reasoning to real-time video generation for every data center. At the FPT AI Factory, we run it as token factory, which generates, processes, and scales tokens across inference-heavy and agentic AI workloads with cloud-native efficiency. One of the key difference of FPT AI Factory is our NVIDIA certified architecture. As shown here, FPT AI Factory is deployed across multiple regions, providing both high availability and scalability for enterprise AI workloads. At the infrastructure layer, the platform is powered by NVIDIA Hopper-based system, including H200 and H100 GPUs, connected through high-speed InfiniBand networking and NVIDIA DPUs for accelerated performance. On top of that, FPT AI Factory integrates NVIDIA AI Enterprise, giving developers access to a rich ecosystem of AI frameworks, NIM, microservices, and pre-trained models. Together, this architecture provides a production-ready foundation for building, deploying, and scaling AI applications with confidence. So, right now is the demo about how to utilize OpenCode and Cloud Code CLI plug in with FPT AI inference. there is actually some customization needed. For example, we have to modify the .opencode settings to create a new provider named FPT and give it an endpoint and API keys. After that, we're good to go. About Claude, we can also modify the endpoint and model name, give it an API key, and successfully worked. Okay, so this is the second demo. On my screen, you can see this is the configuration inside the opencode.json. I've added provider FPT and two models to use. As you can see in my previous demo, I use QN and GLM. So just input the base URL of the endpoint and insert your API token, and we're good to go. Okay, let's. So this is about how to leverage the open code, a huge open source coding agents for your development. Okay, so as you can see here, OpenCode already pointed to the GLM 1.501 from provider FPT. You can see more clearly in this options. Those are the two models that I have configured in the file. And we can use this one for fast testing. How many documents are there? Move the directory. Okay, so the requests are performed and we are getting outputs. Tool callings are fine. Yeah, and we can see this is the output of my command. That's it for the first one, open code. And the second thing is to configure Claude code. So I will definitely give you the guide for configuring Claude code and open code. Let's check this file .bash.rc. So this is some modification for the bash.rc. We export the MKP API base, so there the endpoint, and we add this small environment function like this one, which we insert every environment variable. Everything is already documented. So after this, let's go for Claude MKP. I go into this. Okay, so let's go for Claude here. So you can see Claude Code is already using QN for LLM API. So let's try one command. This repo. So you can see how smart it is. It already leveraged the claude.md file, and it can give us the code base structure very fast. Yep, so that's it. We went through two demos of using OpenCode and Claude Code plugged in with the FPT AI inference. Okay, so now let's talk about a bigger one, enterprise AI. This is not about simple chatbots anymore. Companies are using AI for many different tasks like coding agents, internal chatbots, customer support, workflow automation, and RAG applications. Each use case has different requirements. A coding agent may need many model calls to read code to fix bugs and run tests. An internal chatbot requires stable access to company knowledge. A customer support agent may need low latency and high availability. Workflow automation asks for connections with many internal systems. And lastly, RAG applications must process many documents to give trusted answers. As a result, enterprise-grade endpoints need their own dedicated traffic, stable performance, strong security, and better control. That's why we already had our plan for dedicated inference. We can integrate our whole platform on your reserved instances. But we understand that before you can come up with a decision, or maybe you are in a time to market period, many experiments should be made in the first place. So you will definitely like to test to benchmark for everything for your company size, your use cases. This is why GPU virtual machines are important. They allow companies to build private inference endpoints, customize the models for different business needs, and scale the AI workloads safely. Traditionally, GPU VM is often used for testing, for development, or small-scale workloads, but for enterprise AI, the requirement is much higher. Developers and researchers need pay-as-you-go GPU instances, but they also need enterprise standards. That means with high throughput, low latency, long context support, cost-efficient scaling, dedicated endpoints, data isolation, and audit logs. On FPT AI Factory, teams can choose different GPU models, including the latest NVIDIA GPUs such as B300. They can use GPU VM to test model, benchmark performance, and prepare the full serving setup. For example, they can test the model quality, inference speed, memory usage, API serving, monitoring, and security setup. After everything is validated, the team can move to a dedicated endpoint. So that is for real production traffic. It gives more stable performance, better security, and better control for AI workloads. The simple flow is use GPU VM to test and prepare, and use dedicated endpoint to run production AI workloads at scale. This demo is about how to create a virtual machine on our platform. After this, you can have your own GPU instance like H100 or B300 to deploy secure AI services. And that's the end of the demo. So we are going to the end of this session. This is a Q&A session right now. So you guys can ask me anything in the chat. Hi, can you hear me? Hello? What metrics should organizations track to measure the effectiveness of AI investments? So, thank you for your question. So about this, there are some metrics like better for. So many questions. So let me get one to one. Yeah, about the first question about the token economy. So this is, in my opinion, there are three aspects for you to track. The first one is about cost tracing. It's about cost per token, cost per task or per query, and you have to calculate the total cost of your ownership. So the second one is about efficiency. So it's about latency, it's about throughput, hit rates, cache hit rates, and token per task. So it's about the efficiency, how many tool calls you have to do, your LLMs have to do to complete your task. And maybe the last thing is about quality. So it's about accuracy and task completion rate. And maybe in this metric you have to measure your own, you have to analyze your own. That's it. Okay. When should organizations choose between open LLMs or closed source model like GPT or Claude? This is probably simple. When you have data and security issue in your developments, or if you guys are in BFSI domain, like for example banking or finance, insurance, your client's data set is sensitive and they have to stay inside the national border. So that's when you have to host your own models like open LLMs. You cannot use Claude or GPT in those domains. And the second thing is about cost estimation and control. So for example, a Codex or Claude or GPT will maybe limit you for your usage session, like for each 5 hours with a limited amount of tokens you can burn. So that's when your cost and control issue happens, and hosting a open LLM or using our serverless is probably a solution. Is pay as you go, right? Supported on FPT AI platform? Question by Thomas. Yeah, absolutely. You can test your usage, and yeah, it's all about pay as you go. Every service like GPU VM, GPU container, and serverless inference, coding AI agents, everything is pay as you go, and you can test it your own. What are our key competitive advantages over other GPU service provider? Questions by Ngân. Yeah, there are some main things. The first one is about pricing. The second one is about the latency. So if you are in Vietnamese or Japanese region, we are sure that your latency to connect to, for a round trip from your host to our server, we provide you with great latency and competitive performance over all other GPU service providers. So I hope that answers satisfied you. Question from Hugh. How can we try this platform and what are the costs? So the cost, the pricing, everything is transparent on our platform. You can go to marketplace.fptcloud.com to have your experience. And yeah, you can try everything on the site. Yeah, though there are so many questions right now, I'm not sure that we have time for answering all this. So there should be 3 questions left to answer. can we trust open source LLMs for coding agents? So as far as you know, Claude or OpenAI GPT are the most powerful players in the field. This should depend, as I presented on my presentation, we can definitely trust open source LLMs because it's your code base, right? It's your product, it's your project. We all have to review for what we have done. So open source LLMs, they can provide you with economic, token economy, as I said. So eventually we'll have to reveal our product, reveal our code anyway. So it's about your prompt, it's about your development. And of course we can trust open source LLMs. One of the things, publicly there are benchmarks and there are leaderboards you can follow. It's all over the internet, like on Hugging Face. So you can check out their accuracy in comparison to closed source model like Claude or GPT. So I hope that my answer satisfied you. Okay, so one last question, please. How can we quickly experiment with AI coding workflows on FPT AI Factory? Okay, so about this one. So, there are many questions. We will provide you with the site. It's my team will provide you again in this chat the site for you to test our serverless inference, AI inference. You don't have to invest in significant infrastructure because that part is already done by us, by FPT AI Factory. So you can go straight to the site and just create your API key and test everything, test your code, test your agents and everything. So I guess there are many questions left, but our time is limited. So we'll give you every answers after this, right? So we'll go forward with this QR. So that is the end of the webinar. Thank you very much for joining us and for everything. We will provide you with this QR. It's for feedbacks and for us to reach you guys, to reach your needs. And you guys can access and give us every questions that you want. I'll leave this slide for like a couple of minutes. Please have a scan.